One. Hello and welcome to the weekly strategy endless quality lead series. We want to welcome you and thanks for showing up, whether you're on this live or on this recording. This is a series where the pedal meets the road, and whether it's myself, leaders like Cindy Talley this morning, where we gather, we just talk real strategy that we've all done. Practically speaking, we've done this strategy typically more so than not many times, and we bring that experience and insights to the table in the form of not just a lecture, but it's a very engaging, also a roundtable discussion as well, and mastermind. So we want to welcome you guys. And I'm very excited about this. This is part one. It's not just the one. Like next week, for example, we'll have Kathy Horn on the same subject, or Jill. So we're going to hear from at least two, if not three, different leaders' perspectives that have done these home / local events. Don't have to be in the home, as you'll hear from Cindy. And Cindy Talley is one of the, she's been in this industry, in this profession for over 30 years, crazy enough. You know, like old enough, Cindy, been in the industry that long. And she obviously is a proud mom of two amazing young adults. And one of them is on the line, I think, supporting our mom, Jesselyn, who was actually one of our best body champions, and amazing, amazing young lady. Thank you, Jess. And then Justin. So, and just an amazing, passionate, heart-centered, faith-based woman on a mission. And she's also one of our top and most consistent enrollers and builders in our company that we love with Zalevo here. So welcome, Miss Cindy Talley.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Well, it's an honor. So why this subject? Why this topic? Why is this an important thing to know as a leader?
Well, I have always loved home parties, and I've done home parties in the past with my previous businesses, and just always had a lot of fun with it and have learned a lot from it. And so, you know, with everything that's happened in the last couple of years and people just not getting together, I just made a decision that it would be a great idea, because people really want to meet face to face and have conversations and meet their neighbors. So I went to the Master Your Power Within event and just came back completely transformed in my mind, and just because I've lately had this block, you know, and I'd say for a couple of years, even before in my past business, a block on just moving forward and doing what I knew I needed to do to build a network marketing company and a really wonderful business like this. And it's just basically making the decision and doing what I know I need to do. So when I came home from that event, I was ready, and I just made the decision right away. And I just got out my calendar and said, I'm going to start some home parties. So I looked at the dates and I scheduled 3 of them right away on my calendar for the month of September. And just got started with it, made up the flyer, and then posted it on a Nextdoor social media site that's a local site that you can use to connect with your neighbors. I found it very effective on reaching out to neighbors in the area. So here we are getting started with it.
No, I love it. And by the way, for those watching, any video you see here, the notes, when Cindy talks about resources she's using, from videos to networking sites, community sites like your,
Nextdoor.
Nextdoor, yes. That'll be in the description below the video when we post that, and also in the notes here. So Cindy, so basically, can you describe for us, how would you, when we say home parties, sometimes we think of a, Tupperware skincare or cosmetic party. So what's different about?
Well, I didn't want it to feel like, you're inviting them, to just a meeting. So it was get to know your neighbors. So I did a pool party. I called it, Smoothie and Collagen tasting pool party for ladies only. And so this was like at 10 o'clock in the morning. on a Friday afternoon or Friday morning. And boy, there was right away ladies responding to that. Oh, I'd love to come, you know, because we keep our pool solar cover on it so it's nice and warm. And we can still do that. Right now it's getting a little too cold. So I'm starting to get creative and thinking of some different type of parties that I can have. But people want to come, they want to meet, they want to have fun. So on that particular party, the ladies come in, I'm welcoming strangers into my home, which I'm comfortable with that. A lot of you may not be. So you have to, depending on your neighborhood and the type of neighborhood. We live in a very nice neighborhood, safe neighborhood. So I feel comfortable. And we even have an Airbnb in our home. So we're just the kind of people that don't mind inviting people into our home. So they come in and we just take the first 30 minutes just to mix and mingle. I give them, you know, some water.
Hey, Miss Cindy, can you pause for a minute?
Yes.
I'm one of those guys, if you get 2 steps ahead of me, my head gets full of mud.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Anybody relate to that? So can you go back to what you positioned it? So you positioned it, in this case, a collagen.
Yeah, and smoothie pool party, smoothie tasting.
Collagen and feel free to, this is an open call, guys, so feel free to unmute, raise your hand or whatever, and we'll keep it interactive. So
the other one was a wellness bar, bring your own barbecue, meet your neighbors party. Basically, that's basically what I said. So just get to mixer. I think I used the word mixer because people know what mixers are.
Okay, so did you say like a wellness mixer? Bring your own.
Yeah. One evening, I decided to do a wine and wellness. And so that was a Friday night at 6. And we just had, when they first came in, if they wanted wine or not, just a very small amount, just a little taste, basically. So it's not like they're going to go away with having 2 or 3 drinks. No, you come in, you barely get any wine, but I had cheese and crackers out and a little fruit tray. And that was perfect. People just, you know, mix and mingled and we talked, we got to know each other. And that was really successful.
And that was, you just themed it wine and wellness mixer?
Wine and wellness party, basically. And then underneath it in the description, I just said there'll be a really short wellness presentation. I just would love for you to know what it is that I'm doing. And then we're just going to get to know each other, just come and enjoy and have some wine and cheese and crackers kind of stuff, because I just described it, you know, in the post. So you just make it sound like a lot of fun. I said, come and have fun. People want to have fun again. So
yeah, and for those watching, like I'm going to reach out to Cindy after this call and say, Cindy, could you please send that your invite and your subtitle? It'll be in the description. Anybody would like that? So we can have it in there. Yeah. So Cindy, I'm going to put this on my to-do list.
I use Canva to make the flyers, and I'm not expert on Canva. I'm barely learning it, but they have all sorts of neat pictures and stuff. You can find like pictures of, you know, beach theme, you know, for the pool party, and a little wine glass for the wine and wellness. Or
okay, and on the to-do list too, with your permission, Cindy, will also get a couple of your flyer examples so we can have a graphical representation. So let's see here.
With Canva, you can even share it. So if anybody wants me to share, I can always share it from my Canva site.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, well, we can put a link in that description that it's a public share of your Canva. So that would be awesome. Yes, Barb?
How could, okay, I have just joined my local Chamber of Commerce chamber. Now, how could I position this has like, because they have offered that I could do like a meet and greet with, could I use the same type of thing for that? Or would I need to have it? Maybe I'll talk to you separately, unless somebody else.
We're going to talk about that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Robert, can I share, you know, where some other potential ideas of where, other than home?
Well, we haven't just, that's the goal here.
Okay.
Okay. Outside the box.
I'm just ahead of the game. Okay.
Yes. So I am also part of the local chamber, and it's great to get to know people and other businesses in town. And some may have a room or something that they don't mind to let you use. And if it's or they may charge you a small fee, like $50 or something like that. I would not try to get free ones because there's a lot that'll let you do it for free. There are libraries that'll let you use back rooms or something like that, and even bring in snacks. I was surprised that I had a library let me do that once. And then there are like restaurants that'll let you use a back room if people order breakfast, if you want to do like a get together then. So there's different options like that outside, or use other wellness partners' homes, or maybe some of your customers wouldn't mind you using their home to do a meeting. If you don't feel like doing it in your own, just feel free to ask other people if you can use their
I
home.
just have a house full of children and I never,
Yeah.
we're back up to 11 kids.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, just not conducive for here, but I figured at the chamber, and they
Yeah.
offered it to me to do a
Good.
meet and greet. So
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
perfect.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
great question. Great insights. Dennis, go ahead.
Yeah, just a question. You said that with the wine and wellness party that you did told them you were going to do a short presentation. I just was curious, what did you use for that?
Yeah, great question. That was the very first one that I did, and I actually showed a presentation. And on our back office, if you go under resources in your library of resources, and you go down, there's a video presentation, but I wouldn't, I don't want to go into this too much because I would not suggest that. And it's because it has a lot of Kiersey's slides. It's called the Zalevo Difference, and there's a short version. Some of the slides are great, but I felt like it's not super duplicatable because somebody, else presenting it that's new in the business may not be able to go into depth on all the ingredients and this and that. And you have to come up with your own language for all the slides. It's not on there. So I would just nix that. The next one I did was just showing the fasting and fueling video on my TV. I just hooked up my computer to it using the HDMI cable to the back, and some people have the mirroring if you have a smart phone to your TV, and you can put the video up there. And there's a couple of other really short ones in our Rapid Funnels app. So just find one of your favorite short videos, maybe the unboxing video, and just kind of briefly goes over the products. So I did that on the second time I did a presentation. And then now we're actually trying to even make it simpler, because people, what they really want is they want to hear stories and what it is you're doing. They want to know why they should do it, but they want to know for themselves, how is it going to help them? So it's more about the results. And so sharing people's stories and their transformations, and just sharing the results and briefly talking about the product, have the product display or something, but not going into a lot of detail, and then just asking them if you can follow up and send them a couple of videos after they leave. And so the follow-up process starts after, because I found that it just was getting too deep into presentations, and some people may be interested, some may not. And you don't want people to get bored if they're just coming to meet and greet, you want to focus on the ones. And so I just offered to send them information afterwards. That's what we're getting. There's one of Robert's under his Z Wellness, what is it? Z Global.
It's Team Z Global
Team
Impact.
Z. Team Z Global Impact on YouTube, our team YouTube channel. There's wellness stories, and that's the one I'm going to use next.
Yeah, and just a little insight in that you can use partial, or a tool like that is like 17 minutes. So you can either play a few minutes, pause it, play a few. So you can use pieces that as well. So.
Yeah.
Did we answer your question, Dennis?
Yeah. I was just curious on what you use. That's great. Thanks.
Cindy, did you have like a sign-in sheet?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's what I thought, but I thought
people
well,
put their cell phone, their email address.
and how best to connect with them.
That's a good idea. Yes.
Because like with me, email is not my friend. So if you want me to see anything, you have to either text me and tell me you've sent me an email.
Yes, exactly.
So, okay.
Cindy, did you do any giveaways at all?
I haven't, but I thought about that. Just haven't done it yet. Yeah,
Okay.
just getting, mostly it's just been, getting to know the neighbors. And now we're doing one this coming Saturday, another barbecue pool party. And I have people that came last time that are calling and saying, I'm coming again, I'm bringing 2 friends. So they really enjoyed it. So that if they're coming, and she didn't even order, but you never know, she might this time, she's bringing her friends back. And I even had one guest come the very first one I did, the wine and wellness. She goes, wellness. Oh my goodness, my husband I have been looking for something. I really want to be there. She came, he couldn't come because he's at home in a wheelchair at 450 pounds. And then she just ordered, and even though this was a month ago, she's been vacationing. She just ordered, and she ordered the Ultra Duo +2 collagen and signed up for the 90-day best body challenge. So oh, that was awesome. Mhm. Yeah,
Totally
and I'll tell you, when you get into motion of doing these, it brings, it's that when you're in motion, you stay in motion. And when you're consistent, things just start to build and grow, and you start filling your hopper with all the people that you're talking to. And people are just coming out of the woodworks from people that I talked to 2 or 3 months ago, and I'm still following up with them. And just another success story is that so far I've only got, I think, 2 signups from the parties, but I have 6 this month, and all of them are from other places that I've met people. All, and then because I had gone, a couple months of just dry months, not signing up anybody. But once you make a decision, you get in motion, things start happening. So
Yeah, that law of the harvest kicks in.
mhm.
So
I'm so stoked for you, Cindy. I just have to say,
I know, I'm stoked.
I'm so stoked for you.
So needed it. Yeah.
I know, are there any other pitfalls that maybe some things that you would do that you've learned the kind of the hard way around these events that we can all learn from?
Basically just keeping it simple and as duplicatable as you can. So that's what I'm trying to work on now, is how to make it effective, simple. And I've even talking with another friend of mine that's just getting signed up, that's helping me with these parties because she's loving them so much. She and I have talked about not even doing a presentation, just putting the products out, giving samples, and just talking with individuals as we're meeting and greeting. So it doesn't feel like they're coming to an AMI meeting or something. They're just coming in, we're meeting our neighbors, and we're going to keep having these events. So they're going to find out, we're going to be able to share information with them after they leave if they're interested. So just having conversations. You can invite them to a party without even calling it a wellness party. They're just coming to your house. They see products out. We're not doing a presentation, so we're not surprising them with something they didn't know about. And we're just having a good time and having those individual conversations, and then meeting and, sending them information afterwards.
So I just went to a party that was like that. It was just like a women's event. Kind of, I think the next day was more of like, it was for real estate agents or brokers or whatever. But this lady is like a coach, like a life coach or whatever. And she did I still have my little things. She brought everybody in, everybody kind of mingled. There were kind of like the groups of people that knew each other, and they were sort of clustered together. And they had a bunch of just little Post-it notepads. And they gave everybody a Post-it notepad. And the assignment was so each individual you were to write something to celebrate, something to ask, like if you were to ask someone for something, and then something you could give. So it was celebrate, ask, and give.
Oh, I love
and
it.
it was the coolest thing because it was just based on the room. It was groups of 3 women I'd never met before. And it was there were tears, there was like authenticity and transparency, and it was just the coolest thing, especially if you're in kind of like a networking event. These are all people who real estate, right? So it's like, it's all about connections and people that they know. And it was very vulnerable to have to write something that you would like to ask for. And then awesome for people to hear what you are like willing to give. Like one of the ladies there is a super successful real estate broker, and she doesn't have her driver's license. And she's like, I have to depend on Uber, this or that or whatever. And through the conversation, one of the women in the room shared a story about how this lady would walk by her house every single day for like 2 years. She met her one day. didn't have her driver's license. No one would teach her how to drive. So every day, Monday through Friday, for like 3-4 months, whatever, she gave her driver's license and she got her. And so she offered to do the same thing for this woman. It was so cool. And it wasn't centered around anything,
Yes, I
but
love
very
that.
powerful nonetheless.
Yes, and I started thinking about having Friday morning coffee here at my house and just inviting any women in the neighborhood just to come around just so we could talk, you know, visit and get to know each other. If you like to walk in the neighborhood, you know, meet every, you know, Monday and Wednesday at this corner. Whoever wants to walk, we're gonna, you know, walk 3 or 4 blocks today or whatever. So just some ideas of getting together with people. And also I wanted to share, a friend of mine invited me to a Botox party. I'm like, what is a Botox party? And I was like, she goes, well, I have a doctor come to the house. And I said, well, I don't do that. And she goes, well, just come anyway. We're just a bunch of ladies here together. Sometimes there's 30 ladies here. So I showed up and just started talking in the kitchen. By the time I left, I got 5 names and numbers of people interested in the collagen. And I'm still following. I've had 2 this week call me. I'm still interested. I'm going to order the collagen this week, you know. So hey, find local Botox parties. I don't know. Oh, isn't that great? Yeah, go to other people's parties. You'll meet people.
Love it. Great ideals. Thanks for sharing, Heidi. And yeah, Cindy, isn't it fun just to think outside the box around these? Because so much of the time we can kind of get not in a rut. Well, sometimes yes, but we can get kind of stuck mentally and say, what are some other things that I would love to do versus same old, same old. It doesn't have to be same old, same old. There's all kinds of avenues and partnerships.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Let me think if there's anything I'm missing. Oh, if you want to, you can even have one, because there's a lot of people today so interested in how they can make some extra money. And if you want to focus more on telling people about a business opportunity, I'm trying to figure out and have something like that, a party related around, you know, I know you guys are struggling, you know, I found something that I may be able to help you with, and come to listen. And I'm going to show, I love Brandon Broadwater's 3 elements to transition to RNA, to the rich and abundant. And he goes into detail and he talks about having the proper vehicle, you know, and so it's a really good introduction into the Zalevo business opportunity.
That's one of the things that I thought of to do at the chamber. Would that be appropriate for a chamber meeting?
Yes.
All right. Maybe I'll do that with just, you know, just have the products has a side thing and do that presentation.
Watch the video first and see how it feels to you.
Yeah, because I love that. Because when I had him on my podcast, that's what he did. And it was like, wow, it was just, it was really so, because that was the first thing I thought of. All right. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Robert.
Okay.
Cindy, what was the name of that? 3 elements of what?
3 elements to transition to R&A. And that means rich and abundant.
Because we have the rights to use that because we're Zalevo people, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's in our back. It's in our back office as one of the videos there.
Right. Cool. That's exactly what I'll do.
Yeah. Can you be thank you, Barb. Can you be a little more as we close this out? What were your key resources that you were using to reach out, network? So is it, I've used it before, but is it called Next Door Neighbor?
Nextdoor, just nextdoor.com.
Okay.
Sign up on nextdoor.com on your computer, and you can sign up for your neighborhood because it has you put whatever the area is. But still, I find other people that are on it. So it might be the only one in our area, because I've had people from Joshua Tree and, you know, all around the other side of Yucca Valley, not just my Sky Harbor neighborhood. So other people are seeing the posts and coming from all over, not just right here in my neighborhood. So I think it's different in different towns, and depending on how many next door sites you have within the town or within the city.
One of the things that I have is a community neighborhood thing, and it's on Facebook. And and so look on Facebook to see if your town has a community page. Like each one of the, like I live in a small town. I mean, we're growing, we're up to 2,000 people, but each one of the other little towns around me, they have these little community pages on Facebook. So look and see if your town
Mhm.
has a community page.
Okay.
Yeah. A
I
great
have an idea, just really quick. Hi, everybody. So, since I don't have a pool here and I don't drink wine, so I was just thinking, Cindy, as you were talking, you could do like dreams and desserts and talk about like your
Mhm.
dreams and vision boards and stuff like that. And you could still play Brandon's video, like
I
transitioning.
love
So
it.
yeah, so I just
Yeah.
thought about that. That just came to my mind for a
I
minute.
know. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, yeah,
Go ahead.
Miss Jill, you could use Heidi's ideal with those little sticky notes for that event too. Great
Yes.
interaction to that. Go ahead,
Oh.
Cindy. So
I love our
that. Thank you
brainstorming.
for sharing. If you guys have ideas, let's start throwing them out there on names, and because I would love to do like also a game night. I'm going to put different tables up and just do like little games. So when they come, because we're not going to be able to use the pool past this weekend, it's getting too cold. So yeah, if you have ideas, please share them.
I just love this because you know what? It's community. It's like what we're doing right now, you know, and
Yes.
people have been so isolated and secluded, and everybody wants to get out and get back to like, and I'm thinking of Barb and Carol, they do their coffee thing. Like when you said morning coffee, it's like, that's what the men and the women used to do. They get together for coffee, you know, and talk about life and help each other solve each other's problems. And you know,
Yes, I think the hard part for me is wondering, okay, what time do I do it? Do I do like 6:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m.? I don't know. Try to figure out a good time that people would come over.
yeah,
one of the things I just feel led to share was Lourdes did those awesome setups at like the Pilates studio and stuff. And when you brought up, like, I think Barb asked if you do like a sign up sheet. One of the things she had a hard time with is people either like a line was kind of formed. And again, it's the venue. It's not like, you know, pass it around and everybody sign up kind of thing. It was like a line of people waiting to get into a class. You know, clipboard, like literally paper pen sign up. And so one of the things that we suggested to her was, if you guys know, like Jot form, they're super easy, and you can even like, I think, make a QR code for it or just a link. So when people get there, you can just text them the link or they can scan the QR code, and then they're electronically kind of filling everything out. So then you're not trying to decipher chicken scratch or, you know, people's penmanship and that sort of thing. And everybody can do it when it's convenient for them versus waiting at one sign up sheet. Just throw it out there when and where it seems to be like a, and then you have record of it too.
Another thing on that is you could do little cards for people to put in a Dropbox for a gift.
Great
That's a
idea.
good idea. Love the ideas.
Look at us all brainstorming.
You know,
I
and that
just
could be
love it.
that could be the giveaway that, you know, and just tell them what the giveaway is. You know, do you need more energy or something, and give away a thing of you know, some Eva, you know, like make some little pretty packages of E5. You don't have to give a whole bag or whatever. It just depends on what's.
Yeah, the trio would be a good one.
Or a couple of things of the trio. Ooh, I'm gonna do that.
Let me
Thank
see,
you.
Heidi. Talk.
I made these little, so they're cute little square labels. And I just print them out like Avery label maker, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I found bags, like you can do the snack bags, but my husband ordered, they were these cool vertical bags for like for his protein or whatever when he's on the go. And I was like, where'd you get those? I need more of those. But I made these and I just put Z Trio and that it's burn mode, E-Vibe, and collagen. And then a lot of people like, well, how do I, if the dosing instructions or whatever aren't on, you know, the individual little pixie sticks. So I just mix all three in 16 to 32 ounces of water, you know, to your liking or tasting or whatever. And then I put my shop link on there and then my email on there. And I put like 10 of them in my purse. When I hear anybody talk about energy or feeling icky or having a hangover or any of the above, you know, I'm like, here, try this tomorrow morning and see if it, you know, makes you feel any different.
Love it.
Love it. Pass those out at little parties too.
So now
Rebecca,
you'll have to share with us where you got the bag. You'll
Okay.
have to share
You
with
can
us where you
get,
got the bags from.
Okay,
okay,
yeah.
you
they
can
were
go
really
to
like an
Dollar
opposite.
Tree. You can go to Dollar Tree and get a long little gift bag that would hold those easily, and you get about 25 for $1. Well, now it's $1.25, but anyway.
Mhm.
Oh, I love it.
Rebecca,
Go ahead.
sorry. Rebecca also did them where she tied them with like little, like that burlappy twine stuff and tied them right to a water bottle. That was kind of cute too for like a little display.
I love it. One more thought, Jill, with your dreams and smoothies, dreams and shakes, for goodness sakes. Then you can type in the dreams and the shake and the force for good all together in one theme. So
Dreams and shakes. I love that.
for goodness sake, that way you tie in the force for good. But
I love that.
I'm committed. I know my honey is over there on the floor too. So on the floor, sorry, she's printing something. She's not there. So that sounded bad, but she's not passed out. So the point is, I'm recommitting.
Thank you,
to-
Robert, so much for all of that.
Hey.
I think I passed on the floor.
You're welcome, honey. She's working on a project anyway. So the point is, who else is committed to thinking outside the box, even if it means grabbing one of your partners if you're nervous about this, and thinking of an outside the box theme that you can really feel good about, that's in alignment with your priorities and what you're passionate about. And then I'm committed to reaching out to one or two other, whether they're in Zalevo or not even, could be a complimentary, life coach or whatever, and just doing some of these and just doing it once a month, even to start with, whatever that looks like. So Cindy, I'd love to get a kind of a closing thought. If somebody's watching this and they're nervous or apprehensive, I'm sure you were there at one time. So what would you say to them?
Try to find a buddy, if at all possible, to do it with. That would be the best thing, especially if you're shy, not sure, because you guys can work together and team up together. Otherwise, you just have to get brave and just do it. You just have to, fight your fear and do it anyways.
Who can all relate? Wave your
Yeah.
hand, both hands. I love it. And let's do 1, 2, 3 and yell out, say I love you, thank you, whatever you want to this beautiful lady, Miss Cindy Talley. So 1, 2, 3.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Cindy.
Oh, thank you, Cindy. This has
Cindy.
been awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm gonna call you Cindy.
Okay, yay.
All right, here we go. Force for good. 1, 2, 3.
Force for
good.
So valuable.
Love you
Thank
guys.
This was awesome. Thank you.
Great call,
Thank you.
Cindy.
You're welcome.
Keep
Thank
killing
you.
it, Cindy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Cindy. Great job.
You're welcome.